Do you say soccer or football? No one knows exactly when soccer was invented, but the earliest versions of the game can be traced back 3,000 years. Soccer is the most popular sport in the world, being played in over 200 countries. As a result, almost every single continent has its own professional soccer league. I would say that the most popular men's leagues are in Europe, like the English Premier League or the Spanish La Liga. Another major tournament is the UEFA Champions League. The tournament is an international competition pulling together the best club teams from across Europe. Unlike other sports with a regular season and playoff, teams usually collect points for wins and goals, so at the end of the season, a champion can be named. On top of that, because soccer is a worldwide sport, there are huge tournaments where players represent their countries rather than the professional team they're signed to. These are tournaments for each continent and also the World Cup played every 4 years. If soccer's origins are mysterious, the first organized game of women's soccer is actually documented. It took place on the 23rd of March of 1895 at Crouch End in London. And according to The Guardian, at the time, 10,000 people were there, curious to watch women play. During World War I, women not only took over men's jobs in factories, but also their traditional pastimes such as soccer. Unfortunately, women were banned from playing by the Football Association in England in 1921. And of course, other associations in European countries followed England's example, and women's soccer went into a swift decline. This led to the first official FIFA World Cup Championship for women to happen in China in 1988 only. That's 58 years after the first FIFA World Cup for men. By the way, it was the US team that won the first World Cup for women. And it's very interesting to note that because unlike men's soccer, which is very well established in Europe, women's soccer is most popular in North America. The best league is the National Women's Soccer League, or NWSL, with all teams based in the US. Speaking of athletes in North America, although she is retired, Abby Wambach is the American team's all-time top scorer. She won 6 US Soccer Athlete of the Year award, and she is also second on the all-time list for international goals scored for both female and male soccer players. Yes, you heard correctly. She's second with 184 goals. And you know who's first? Well, it's the Canadian Christine Sinclair with 190 goals. She plays as a forward and is captain for both Portland Thorns FC in the NWSL and the Canadian national team. Although the 2023 World Cup with the Canadian team was her last, she won 14 times the Canadian Award of the Soccer Player of the Year. She also has an Olympic gold medal and 2 Olympic bronze medals. She is the second footballer of either gender to score at 5 World Cup editions, preceded by Marta and later equaled by Cristiano Ronaldo. Marta Vieira da Silva, known as Marta, is a Brazilian professional footballer who plays for the Orlando Pride in the NWSL and the Brazil national team. Marta is often regarded as the greatest female footballer of all time. She has been named FIFA World Player of the Year 6 times. Marta also holds the record for being Brazil's top international goal scorer of any gender with 115 goals. I don't know if you realize this. She is the top goal scorer in Brazil, a country that is known for its great male football players. I mean, it's amazing. With 17 goals, Marta also holds the record for most goals scored in the FIFA World Cup tournament. And again, this is for women and men. She was the first footballer of any gender to score at 5 World Cup editions, a feat matched by, as I already said, Christian Sinclair in 2019 and Cristiano Ronaldo in 2022. And she is also the first female footballer to score at 5 consecutive Olympic Games. More recently, Megan Rapinoe dominated headlines in 2019 for her World Cup performance. She was the winner of the Ballon d'Or Féminin and named the best FIFA women's player. She also dominated headlines for her vocal fight for gender pay equity, earning her Sports Illustrated Sportsperson of the Year honors. She was included in Times Magazine 100 Most Influential People of 2020, and in July 2022, she received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from Joe Biden. And honestly, I could go on and on about so many other women in soccer. They are just incredible. And if you have any favorites that you would like to share, please feel free to do so in the comment section down below if you're on YouTube. Now, in terms of rules, soccer is played on a field called a pitch with nets on both ends. Each team has 11 players on the field, including a goalkeeper. A game is made up of 2 45-minute halves, and the point of the game is to score goals by kicking or heading the ball into the other team's net. The soccer ball cannot be touched with hands or arms unless you're the goalkeeper or completing a throw-in. Consequently, the game is known as football pretty much everywhere except North America. And now you probably understand better my question at the beginning of the episode. When a foul is made, the referee can sometimes show a yellow card or a red one to the player who has committed the foul. If the player receives a red card and is sent off the field, that team has to continue playing with only 10 players, as you can substitute a player who has been red carded. If a player receives 2 yellow cards, it's like a red one. The ball is out of play when it has completely crossed either the touchline or goal line, and the player is considered to be offside if she is closer to the opposition goal than both the ball and the opponent's second last player when they impacted the game. During the game, a referee may award a direct free kick, indirect free kick, or penalty if they deem that a player has been fouled. The penalty kick is awarded if a foul was committed by the player committing the infraction in her own penalty box. The main difference between the indirect and direct free kick is that the player is allowed to score directly from a direct free kick, but has to pass the ball and shoot after from an indirect one. A corner kick is awarded when the defending team puts the ball behind their own goal line without it having gone between the 2 goalposts, of course, otherwise that would be a goal for the other team. To take the corner kick, the ball is placed next to the corner flag and is kicked by a member of the attacking team. And that's more or less all for today. If you found this content interesting and you're on YouTube, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And if you are listening on any podcast platform, feel free to share this episode with your friends. And now that you know about soccer, let's keep learning about sports with the athletes' voices.